Good evening, YouTube. We'll see if anyone gets on here. I was going to, I've been tired. I don't know about the rest of you, but I had some things I knew that I had to do. I've been getting up early, so yes, I have. Been getting up by like 7 o'clock every day. That's different for me. And going to bed early has, hi, who's everyone here? Going to bed early has been probably one of the most difficult things. And getting back on a normal schedule. Hi, Dust Walker, how you doing? Most of us have dealt with insomnia during this whole thing, but and then I haven't actually been able to sleep. It's been it's one of the things that I had vowed that I need to get back on a normal schedule because I want to get my life back on a normal schedule of hustle and doing what I have to do, which requires adequate sleep. It requires adequate rest. Are you still on here, dude? I understand when people can't sleep. Trust me, I've been there for a really long time. Yeah, I understand that. Going through a lot of those too. Just weird dreams, people coming back around. It's weird. I gotta talk to you guys. See if a few other people get on here then. But there's a few things I'm not going to get into on here, but there was one of the things that I wanted to start doing, which I haven't started really going to the gym yet, which it's probably a lot of it has to do with people being so sick and having this stomach bug. It seemed like every time every time I start going to the gym, I end up sick with the flu, or I don't know why that is. Probably because there's 100 people in there sweating their flu or bug symptoms out. And then they don't wash their hands, and then they're touching all this equipment and not, and then you end up getting sick. And I know that that's this time of year. My mom was just sick, and I'm like, do I want to start really going to the gym when I know we're in the middle of cold and flu? Not necessarily cold, but yeah, it's gross. So it's one of those things where it's like, I am going to start going. I mean, I've been getting up every day. Yesterday morning, I was up at 6:45. I came on and did my live stream where I pulled cards for everybody and I did all the signs. And then today I was up at 7 because I had a meeting at 10 a.m. Hallelujah. I had a breakthrough today. So finally, I got paid. Finally. So that's a little bit of relief. And then the test comes. And it was one of those things where it was like, another one that really makes your head spin. Hey Jess, how you doing? It was a test, another test that I have. Hey, now you're going to walk right in front of that, aren't you? You'll see her in a minute. What? My cat's right next to the phone. Feeling better, steroids in it. What was wrong with your back, hon? Like I said, I had a really... Uh-oh. Was it just your spine? What was going on? What was it from? Yeah. I know, dude. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh. So from you exercising and stuff like that, it hurt your back? Well, weren't you being condemned for going to the gym or running and jogging? Totally shifted. You mean your you did you rupture a disc or something? Did you rupture a disc? Well, I do know that you wanna know what? Okay. So your back was just inflamed? Well, you were getting some shit for actually going and trying to make yourself feel better, and that doesn't surprise me. Do you think it had anything to do with the mm, do you think it had anything to do with well, I'm gonna tell you what. From what I saw, men have more authority over their wives than what we think that they do. When a man can speak a curse over you or get mad for making you want to feel better, that can affect your body. Hi, shamanic healer. You probably were. Well, you didn't miss anything yet. I just got on here not long ago. I had a breakthrough though. I finally got paid. I had to, and I thought it was going to be a hassle, and actually, um, my tenant finally paid me after 2 months. I had, yeah, finally. I had to take her, I had to take her to the bank to get it, but because nobody else could drive her. It's so sad. She has nobody. She has nobody. She has family that lives in this town. She has nobody. So it was one of those things where like I was having a hard time. Yeah. I mean, thank goodness like she's right here in town. But my gosh, if I have to do that for her, then I will. She has family. They just don't want to do shit for her because she's been a bitch in the past. To be honest with you, like she's not been the nicest of a person to people and she takes advantage. She didn't pay her late fees, but at least she paid her rent. That's the most important part to me. And who knows? She's not even there. So, like, she wants to keep her apartment, and I just don't know if it's a good idea. And I've been telling her I'm gonna give her a month or two to think about it yet. She still has. She said that they were saying it's gonna take 14 weeks. She broke her arm or her shoulder. She has a fractured shoulder, and she's not allowed to use her right arm for anything right now. But what's sad is she's in a nursing home and gets no company except for her one friend that goes to see her. That's it. She has a brother that lives like 2 blocks away, and sis, yeah, Blue, stop. I have a cat that's triggering me today. But yeah, like they actually let me take her. Hi Heidi. They actually let me take her to the bank, and she was able to get money out. And she was like, Lisa, you're the first one I wanted to pay. And said, I'm so sorry that it took so long. I feel good. I've been sleeping. I've been up I was up at 10 after 7 this morning. My goal was to get up every day because I have a hard time even waking up most of the days before 9. Well, the day that Mars went into Capricorn, I woke up at 6:45 and I stayed up, got around, did my thing, read my contract, went over to the river, took some time, meditated. It was really cold out too, but I did it anyway. I still got up and I went over there and meditated and listened to music and praying and doing my little shimmy shake dance over there like I like to do. Nobody on this side of the wall can see me, but I guarantee the highway across, people can see someone over there going like this and shimmy shaking back and forth because it's what I do. If I could play music on here, it would be, you guys would see a completely different me. I can't do that on here. Excuse you. Yeah. You guys would see a completely different me if I would actually be allowed to play music because I get into it. And like I said, people on this side, but they can hear me hooting and hollering and singing at the top of my lungs. I guarantee it. The other day, my dad came. Oh yeah, my car's going. Now, I've had it every time. Gemini, typical Gemini. Jabberjaw. The other day, my dad came, and I didn't even come back over. That's the day I was over there picking up trash and stuff. All the trash around my sacred spot. I was so upset. But I was over there about 3 hours. It was a beautiful day out. My dad came, put in a new turn signal light for me because my bulb was out for my turn signal. Fix that to take it out to. It's the way I roll. And I guarantee you they heard me probably singing because I'm not that far from the river. I'm over there screaming, hooting, and hollering, giving God in the middle of all of this being broke. Well, I had a breakthrough today. And there's a test that I know is a test and I have to pass it. And it's very tempting, but it's all called integrity. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't pass this fucking test. But it's like, all right, I got you. I see what you're doing. It's called blessings. So, either way. Then I go to the bank today. After I went to the bank to take my tenant, oh yeah, there's lots of tests happening to see if we're really about it. And I'm really about it. But I went to the bank today to look over my statements. And I actually do. I have to go through all of my Amazon stuff. They basically said I could, here's the test. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to let y'all know. They basically said I could dispute all my Amazon charges if I wanted to, and I'd be able to get all my money back. And I'm like, now some of them I know that I did get, but I'm not positive with all of them. So it's like, I'm going to go through all my Amazon stuff, make sure that it lines up with my statement to make sure that there wasn't any false charges. I could dispute them all and get like $800 back, put right back on my card. But I know that that's not right. Yeah, that's a test of integrity. So, exactly. So, they're like, well, I said, I got to look through my statement though, because what is mine, rightfully mine, is mine. And because they did tell me my card was compromised by Amazon, which really makes me like, oh shit, like, do I even want to use Amazon anymore? Because I got some really good products off there. Oh, I'm already put myself out there. Do you want to know why this test came? because I threw it out what my ex had done. My ex did basically that. And then he would get the stuff, and then he'd call them and say he never got it, and they'd send him another pair of shoes, or they would refund of his money. Like, that's the kind of shit. And now I'm being tested, dude. Universe, you can't get me. Dark forces, you can't get me. I'm coming up to the next level. Or he would order products and use to the end of the bottle and say they didn't work, and they'd refund him his money on purpose. That's the kind of shit. Oh, and I mean, it's the whole point. It's like, nope, ain't gonna get me on this one. I'm gonna throw myself out there to hold me accountable and throw it right out there on YouTube. That's the difference between me and other people. Now, yes, I still have to send Jess a bracelet, and yes, there is a woman. Oh, that is, and yes, there's a woman who I still have to send her stuff across seas and try and get it to her again. But by doggone it, I'm going to do it now that I have money again. So that's the difference between me and everybody else. I'm not going to tell you about these little tests that dark forces will throw up there. I am too. And it's like, the rest of it's just greed. Why would I want to be greedy like that? I'll never be blessed, truly blessed that way. And to be honest with you, my gifts, the gifts that God gave me, are priceless. Why would I want to throw that out there for 400 extra dollars? Fuck that. You ain't, nah. Keep your money. Yeah, I might have been ripped off a lot in my life by other people. That's their karma. This would be mine. So, ain't gonna get me on that. I have enough product here from the stuff that I've made that I should be able to make well over what they're asking, or what I could get back for free. That's bullshit. So I got to trust the universe to bring people to buy my stuff. Period. And it's one of those, I didn't even get the website up yet because I never got I didn't get paid since December from my one tenant. So I had to save all of my money. Well, I just got the breakthrough today, and then I go to the bank to order a new card, and I wouldn't put no money in there because I didn't know if it was still being drained. Which I do think that there is a few charges that can be disputed. I'm not 100% sure. I got to go through my Amazon stuff to check out, make sure everything lined up with all of my orders. So once I check that, then we'll be good to go. I did put some money in there because that card is now completely shut down. But now I have to reboot everything with my PayPal, which I won't connect my PayPal to my AdSense. I won't do it. I know a lot of people have been ripped off that way. So I should just open up a whole different account even for my PayPal. I do have Venmo. Hey, how are you doing, Crossroads? So that's pretty much where I'm at. I have my oils that are already good to go and everything. So I am going to be putting together my protection kits. I've talked about that. I did tell you about the X that was on here the other night, didn't I? Did y'all hear about that one? When I did the other video the other night sorry about the freak out. Oh, here's another one, which was kind of funny. I'm gonna throw this one out there too. When I went to the bank, yeah, I just wanted to block too. It was I don't want to put his name out here. It's the person that said I miss you in the chat. On the Sunday night one. It is what it is. I called his ass out. I think he'll leave me alone now. And then I did I don't want any of you exes. None from the past. Well, wouldn't you know, when I went into, I just had someone click off. When I went into the bank today, guess what? There was an ex of mine sitting in there. Oh, dear Lord. Another one of a Gemini ex of mine who actually lived in this house and experienced a lot of the hauntings, who I'm kind of cool with, like, as a friend. It's been so freaking long. So, like, I have, like, nothing against him. He has a new girlfriend. She was actually at the bank today. I didn't even recognize her. I never met her. Whatever. While I was getting all my stuff figured out, I walk outside to go get my glasses because I can't read anything. And I had to sign some papers for them to shut down my old card and get a new one. But when I walked outside, he was standing out there and he said, "Hey." Because when I walked in, I saw him sitting there. I'm like, "Hey, you." He knows my kids from when they were little. So, like, he's always keeping, like, kind of guard on. Like, there was a older guy that was like 25 that was hitting on my 18-year-old, and he's like, "Yo, dude, I know how to dispose of a body the right way that nobody will ever find you." Pretty much, like, told this dude, "Stay away from my daughter." And I was like, "Thank you for keeping an eye out on her." Which was kind of cool. I know. Well, I mean, I wasn't looking for him. I just saw him, and I have, like, it is what it is. I don't care. Well, I walked out to my car and he had told me, he's like, "Lisa," because I was walking, I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And he's like, "I want to give you back your money that you gave me from like 3 years ago." He's like, "That $100 that you gave me," he said, "I want to give you your money back." He said, "I will get it back to you. Just give me like a month till I get my income tax back." And I said, "Whatever." He said, "Actually, I'm going to give you 200 for waiting so long." I said, "Not that I expect to see it, but," I said, "Okay, whatever you want." I said, "Actually, that would be nice because I'm looking at this statement right now and I need it." That would be really, and actually it was his family was the one that I stuck up for with the whole Arabella thing. Arabella was his cousin's daughter. So we'll see if I get it back. If I do, that'll be awesome. But I mean, even the gesture of him saying that was pretty cool. But he didn't want to say that. Like, I don't know if something has been bothering him. If he's been getting like pressure from the universe. He owes me a lot more than that. We'll just put that out there. Like, the whole time he lived here, he never worked. And, like, it was one of those things. Well, I offered him money to come and help me work on my apartment building, and he said he would and never showed up. So, what am I going to do? It's one of those things. But I forgave all of that. That's the power of forgiveness. And then God works on them. And he knows that I ain't upset with him, as far as, like, I could care less if he has another girlfriend. Like, don't have feelings like that. I care about his family. I don't want anything, obviously. I care about all of them. They're like family to me. Even he's like a sort of like a brother to me, you know? I don't look at him like that anymore. That's the power of indifference. So there is no hard feelings. But, you know, that'd be super cool if he did give me my money back, even if it was just my money back. So he doesn't have to give me the extra, just my money back. I wasn't expecting it, and I still really ain't. We'll see if it happens. I honestly, I'd like him to get on here and tell you what we experienced in this house when he lived here. That's what I'd really like, because just me telling you the things, like, to have someone sit there and verify everything that I'm not lying to you, the supernatural stuff that happened here, and the stuff that I had told him about, yeah, he was here when it was really haunted before I ever had it. He lived here with me for 4 years during the whole craziness where we thought we were all going fucking crazy. Shit would end up missing. We would fight like crazy because I don't know, man. It was just bizarre. It was very, very weird energy. And but it was here the whole time. And it was here before he got here, so I can't say it was him because it wasn't. It was here before him, during, after. There was a tenant that came here and went down to the metaphysical store and told the lady, and the lady came in and she's like, I'll never walk back in that house ever again. And I'm on, it's good energy in here now. It's because I'm here. So, sorry you won't come back in here. And yeah, it was pretty thick for a while. It's not no more. So 7:30 whistle. My dove was outside again this evening, and I'm like, okay. It's one of those things to me where it's like, I love the dark forces are so predictable. You wanna know why? Yeah, I understand that. I don't mind. Here's the thing: if they want to be here, there's my boy. If they want to be here, or they don't, they want to stay. I really don't think that they really do. Well, E Dog's on here now. I wish I could bring him on. We could actually do a video. Which actually, E Dog, as soon as we're done here, if you want to record a video about your experience with me, that'd be super swell. I just was flipping through YouTube and there was some lady that said um she's convinced that this one chick is the most powerful healer in the whole world, and that's kind of cool. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I'm going to watch some of it. However, I know that this woman isn't she um she might be a healer, but is she a soul? And can she extract spirits? Because that's the difference. I do body, mind, and soul. Body, spirit, soul. And actually, I think most of you have had energy clearings with me that are on here. They're way more powerful now. And Jess, I'm pretty convinced that you just need a tune up. If Jess is still on here, I don't know if she's still on here or not. But yeah, watch those tests that are coming that have to do with integrity when it comes to your money and greed and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure, honestly, I'm about ready to have a money breakthrough. That's why I got tested on this. And I'm pretty sure that the universe is about to bring in some tenants. I'm positive of it. And a job. So be praying for me. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that my business is about to take off too. Um, maybe new love, I don't know. But I'm about ready to get blessed, and that's why I got that. Well, please don't be nerve wracked about that. Chrysalis butterfly. Yeah, well, Jess, you were one of my first. I think that you do need another tune-up because well, I can't really extract anything if you're still dealing with him. I can do a tune-up on you, but if you're dealing with an entity because of him, I won't do it because you'll end up worse. Yeah, I know. Ladies, please don't be bugging out with these people coming back. Honestly, you might find that the test is easier than what you think. I'm not even kidding. You might honestly see how pitiful these people truly are. I understand too, guys. I do. Um, don't I'm done isolating myself. It was so nice to get outside the last few days. However, my mom, I'm not even joking. Me and my mom got to talking today. Can I tell you a little story? My mom, because I stopped up there in between. Oh, you have court tomorrow. What time? I'll go over to the river during that time and do my prayer and well, I'll go over before, during, and during that time, and I'll be doing prayers. Get the fuck on. Oh, but my mom gets mad at me because I claim, I swear, but yet I love God. Of course. Piss is in the Bible, so is ass. I don't want to hear it. I do swear. You want to know what Jesus used strong words to? Well, get the fuck gone is one of my strongest words. What time is it? So I'll be doing if you guys want to say a little prayer for her while she's going through her court thing, that would be a good idea. Because this is important. Hang on. 8:30 a.m. Central, so that'd be 9:30 in the morning, which is good. That's perfect time. So I'll go over around 9 over to the river. I haven't been getting on live doing that because I don't have music. And if I had music, honestly, I'd be getting on live and doing live streams with music with you guys and actually doing ritualistic, well, prayer stuff. So Eastern Standard Time for me would be around 9. But I know you said 8:30. I'll start at 9. So I'll go for about until like 10. I'll go over there and worship and pray and ask God to be with you while you're there. Just whatever happens, know that just let it happen. That's kind of what I was very nervous today. I said, whatever happens, just let it happen. Don't try not to get so nervous. Go in there with a real mellow. That's what I did today because me and the tenant has had some really bad run-ins, and I didn't know how she was going to respond to me when I went in to see her, but she was very humbled. And she apologized. I'm like, I'm not mad at you, dude. Like, I was worried because that's not like you not to pay your rent. So, I mean, at first I was kind of like, where's my money? Like, what is going on? And then I couldn't find out. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, God made a way and actually is in the midst of kind of healing that part of the relationship between her and I, out of respect. So I got to take her in my car, which Got to take her in my car to the bank and all that good stuff. Yeah, and I've been doing this every day. I've been getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I have my alarm set for 7. Now, I'm gonna try and do this for, like, a week or so, and then I'm gonna start getting up, like, 5 minutes earlier, 5 minutes earlier, 5 minutes till I get to 5 AM. That's the time that I wanna so, guys, please understand if I'm not on here much after, like, Eastern Standard Time, be 8, 9, 10, 11, much after 11 o'clock. So be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because I'd probably be in bed. Sometimes my friends from the West Coast forget that I'm on the East Coast. So I'm like 3 hours ahead of them. So I want to try to, it's okay, Jess. They forget, but it's all good. They really honestly need to just put us on one time so that we don't have to worry about this. We'll soon have yeah. We'll soon have not to mention ours soon goes ahead an hour. Do you guys have that too, where you fall back, spring ahead to on the West Coast, right? Like Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, we do too. I could finally go get my nails kind of clipped down now tomorrow. They're so bad. This one's cracked, this one's broke, they're all grown out. Hi, oh, hi Australia. How you doing? Yeah, we spring forward here. I think in April, March maybe. I don't know. We're gonna have an early spring here. It's been nice out. Still cold in the mornings, but they're predicting early spring. We barely had a winter here. Hallelujah. Doesn't mean we still can't get winter here, but at least it's like 2/3 of the way over. Thank you, God. Right now, it should be freezing cold out with like a foot of snow that's not. Yep. Right now, there should be like a foot of snow outside that is technically. Well, I'm not calling that in. No, we don't want no snow. I'm not calling that in. You can keep it. Blah, 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 blah. I know that they say that it's really good when it gets really cold out to kill like germs and stuff like that. Like that's why and it's supposed to, but I'm kind of like, but I don't like the cold weather at all. Hurts my bones. So, yeah, I'm going to uh I wanted to kind of get on here and talk about this test during this retrograde. I told you what a test that I got, and you all know I struggle with money. So this is a huge one for me to, but I'm not greedy like that. I'm not that. Now I can finally move forward a little bit here. The website hasn't been able to get up yet because I haven't been able to get my money. March 8th. Really? Is when we spring forward? Well, you wanna know what, but I'm not gonna take anything illegitimately. Yeah, I love Texas this time of year. I was in Houston, this is way back, this is when I was with Ian. This was after the Gemini that I was just telling you about that offered me my money back, um, who really should give it back to me. Oh, yes. Yes, it does. Is it March 8th to the 9th? I don't know. That's when it stations direct, but it doesn't really get to moving for like a week or so because there's another shadow period. Yeah, I agree. And my anointing is way more important than money. And that is when not knowing when I was going to get it or if I was going to get it and trusting God the last few days when it was like 2 months. And I got to get a hold of like, I do have to pay, I got to run around and pay bills. I think I might have enough to get my internet turned back on now, but I couldn't even put any money over into my account because I didn't know about that credit card. So, but I'm going to tell you all what happened. We're going to do, I'm going to do a video with, I'm going to do a Skype video and then I'm going to upload it on my, I probably won't, they probably won't come back and turn my internet on till late next week. Just so you're aware, they take they don't give you very much time when they shut it off, but they take their good old damn time when it comes to freaking hooking it back up after you pay your bill. Just so we're aware here. It's how they roll. But in replace of that, yeah. But in replace of that, I'm getting rid of the Hulu and I'm getting rid of the Netflix until I'm good to go. I'm steady on my feet and have a job, and I'm never going to get cable or direct TV ever again. I don't need it. I don't want it. If I want to look up anything on the news, I get on YouTube. I just need my internet back. That's all. I don't really watch movies. If I want to watch movies, I have a whole cabinet full downstairs. And right now, I need the extra money that I could put into my business, and that will help pay for my internet. So what's the point of paying for it? I have no kids here watching it no more. It's like, this is dumb. So I have other stuff, better things that I could do with that money. I heard about that. You know, not to mention then I'll have more than one device. What do you mean? As far as to make like videos? Be praying for me that I get a job, that I feel like I get put in the right position, because I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to go to Career Link. Hopefully my car will be done by then. So I have a lot of things I have to do over the next few days, and a lot of it involves paying bills. So I'm probably going to be back down to broke by next week, but that's the way things go. So at least I can pay them, and I have a good jump, at least, that I'm not going to get my heat turned off and my electricity turned off. I mean, I just have to start selling my product, and I need to start getting more readings. Oh, labels. You can make me labels. Are you serious? You can make me labels? Because I've been looking about ordering labels for my stuff. Like sticker labels? Because heck to the yeah. Oh, Jess, I need you. I will need you. I need labels for my bottles, and I need labels. I prefer PayPal because the super chat takes 30%. Just like if you would, Yes, I know I did not get my tiers to my, I didn't get all my stuff set up yet with my YouTube with what is uh, with my groups. For the Blue Crew. I didn't. That is super swell. Well, I do need labels for my stuff. I know that. Not necessarily for my jewelry, but I need them. I need it for my bottles, for my clearing spray that I make, and I need it for my little rollers. So awesome! I would appreciate it. Get a hold of me. You know, you can get a hold of me through. That's awesome. I will send you something extra when because I got to send out your bracelet. Yes, because I told you I would. And I still haven't got there. But I know that I have to go to the post office anyway by next week. So be looking for that package. Um It'll come in an envelope. Well, it's coming next week. I'm sending it out next week because I have to go and take my driver's license and send it. Because I have to get my photo card from my driver's license and it has to be there by April 2nd. So I got to send you your stuff and I have to send my woman in the UK her stuff. Hopefully I can get it in. Because she lives in like a Providence over in that area. But yeah, like I said, I've been putting together the protection. Well, I haven't put them all together yet, but I know what's supposed to go in each one for the protection kits. God told me what they need. I love you all too, and I thank you. And I want to let you know you're going to be tested on your integrity during this time. You will. You're going to be tested on probably what I just told you about. You're going to be tested on exes saying they're sorry. And you're going to be tested on cutting people out. And you're going to be tested on all of it. And this is to see if you learned your lesson. So if you haven't showed integrity in certain places, like I said, I did the best I could. Yep. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Well, it's not, there really honestly shouldn't be that hard at this point. Because we know, you want to know what? When you pass this test, better things come. And it breaks the bondage and it breaks the chain and it breaks you wide open for abundance. Because the universe is like, all right, I can bless them. So it breaks that chain of poverty off you too. Boom. That every single one of these people who've screwed me over have lived under is this chain of poverty. It breaks it off. When you bless somebody else. However, I was kind of like giving passes on the wrong people. So to my own detriment. I know not to do that anymore. I know not to do that anymore. Don't ever give to your own detriment to somebody who does not deserve it anymore. If you see a need and you can meet that need, do it. But not if it's going to put you in a detriment state. And if it's not in integrity, don't do it. I know we do. That's the empath in us. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between a lot of people. And like I said, God's separating the sheep and goats. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, no, I'm just letting you know what one of the tests could be. So it's one of those things. It's one of the tests that it could be. Yep, I'm patting myself on my own back because you know what? Most people would be like, well, I'm just going to dispute every single one of these charges because I can get $800 back. Well, you know what? The universe can give me $8,000 that would just come in by random. Or I could attract that by staying in integrity. Who's going to do that? The instant gratification or staying in integrity and using what you have and the gifts that you have and the talents and not and ripping somebody else off to their own detriment. Who wants to know? And it's interesting because I bitched. It was a test because I had said never worth the cost. You're right. I said about what the ex would do. And then I get all these possible disputed charges. And it was a test and I recognized it. Boom. I'm like, oh, you think you're going to get me like, no, you're not. Nope. I get it. It might look good. And yeah, I was struggling with money. Yep. Mm-mm. I will earn my own money and I will stay in integrity and I'll continue to do what I do and help people the best way that I can and help people stay free, get free, let them know what's coming, let them know the possible, and sleeping and getting adequate rest in the middle of, I'm telling you, there's a breakthrough coming. The fact I'm sleeping again, there's a breakthrough coming. Sleeping in the storm, baby. Sleeping in the bottom of the boat while the storm is raging outside. Yep, that's what we're doing. I saw a breakthrough because you want to know what? The last 2 days, I didn't know what I was going to do. So you want to know what I went over? You want to know what I did? I went over to the river. I picked up trash. My mom said, I'm concerned about you. I'm like, why would you be concerned about me going and help, like picking up? Nobody else is going to do it. Okay, Jess, get a hold of me about them labels. I love you too. I'm like, nobody else is going to do this. Okay, I love you. If you need anything, girl, get a hold of me and I'll be sending your bracelet out next week. And a few other things since you have had to wait so long. It's only one shipping cost, so um uh oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, not to mention I was over there dancing in the middle of this struggle. And still giving God praise in the middle of all of it. Not knowing what I was gonna do. I didn't know. I was declaring it. Oh, yeah, exactly. So like I'm over there picking, I'm like my mom's like, I'm worried about you. Why were you over there at the river? I'm like, I go over there all the time. What do you mean? I'm like, that's my sacred spot. And she's like, well, I'm worried about you. Why would you go over there? Like, because I go over there all the time and pray. That's my prayer spot. And I'm like, if something would happen to me, then so be it. I'm not letting fear isolate me anymore that I'm gonna run into somebody or somebody's gonna try and hurt me because I go out there and I go over to my spot. I'm gonna go over there and praise God and give thanks for the things that I do have and the beautiful river that I do have. And the fact that I have this, what I'm, and the fact I have what I do have. Because as quickly as you can go up, you can go down. Trust that. Ooh, oh, that was the truth. As quickly as you go up, you can go right back down. Pull the rug right out. God shows me this all the time. You get that pride going? Sometimes I am proud of my accomplishments. I'm not saying that I'm not. I am proud of the accomplishments that because I've overcome a lot. But I haven't done it on my own. I've had you guys. My YouTube, and I've said it a bazillion times, has helped save my life. However, there's been one person who's never left me, and that's the spirit in me. That's why I'm still able to do what I do. And still be able to smile and come on here and be like, guess what? And I can still come on here and vent, and you guys don't look down on me for doing so. And be like, but it's kind of like almost a prophetic thing about what's going on in the collective, I feel too. I just play it out in front of you all. No excuses. I just do. Like, I agree. I think it's the power of the testimony. We're allowed to say I've overcome this with the help of God. I didn't do it myself. God is the creators helped me overcome this. The spirit in me that's pure of motives and of a good heart helped me overcome this. I even have said that there are certain people I won't do cord removals on because I know I won't leave them in a worse state than I found them. So if they're not looking to get free, because now I'm having dark entities and I'm having demons pop up with people. And if they're not able to replace that with the Holy Spirit and with spirit, and they're going to go back to their old ways, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get reinfested, and I'm going to leave them in a worse state than what I found them. And I won't do that with somebody. I'm not just going to cast a demon out of somebody and have them get it reinfested. So there's one person who I might have to, unless, yeah. No, I've actually been trained in demonology. I already know this. Like, I can do energy tune-ups and stuff with people, but not if they're still dealing with narcissists. Mm-hmm. Service work is completely different, and I've done that. I've done the whole volunteer. I would go out in public with a church group years ago, and we go and in the inner city of the worst in Kensington, Philadelphia, and we would go there and we would put up a huge tent. We would put tables and chairs and grill out for all the homeless people and the people within the community, which a lot of times there was just like a murder the night before, and there was a guy that chopped up his dad and put him in a freezer, like stuff like very, very scary places in the inner city I would go. But we would be in a group, so like we were kind of safe. Never packing either. These people were happy when we came and fed them. They let us pray over them. We get to see people fall out in the spirit right there. It was kind of cool, actually. So, like, I've been doing this since 2006. This isn't anything new for me. I just fell off for a while because God had to take me through Job time. I had to be Job. Now it's rebuilding. I've been saying this. 2020, the rebuilding time for people. Yep, Job. Take your wife, take your house, Take your money, take your resources, take your sense of self, take all of that and shake it up. Be like, now what? Now you can't even get out of bed. You're that depressed. Now what? Just, and of course, I heard it in my head. I haven't really had people basically say it, but deny cry. I'd never do that. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Y'all know who I serve. However, I was called a witch by family. Yep. And that's how I was when I worked in behavioral health. I understood them. Mm-hmm. I understood them, and that's why they were calling in to be put on my caseload, and that's why they got pissed off and fired me, because I liked my clients more than I liked my coworkers. You're fraternizing too much. Fraternizing, no. Between the hours of 8:30 and 4:30, I'm allowed to work with these people. That's not fraternizing. Just because I like them more than I like you, and I understand their pain. I understand what they're going through. Sorry, you can't empathize because you're all narcissists in this office. That's why I see it. Not that I don't have some narcissistic traits too. Molly, you're naughty. Come on. But you're not going to be walking in front of the camera all the time. Yeah, she's rotten. Hey. Hey. Come on. Well, like I said, there's somebody who I was supposed to do a cord removal with, but like I've kind of been, I'm thinking I'm just going to see if she wants to do a reading or if she wants to get product and stuff. I could do an energy tune-up with her, but I don't know if I should. And I don't know. Like, my discernment is just like, but I don't, it's one of those things where I can refund her money too. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings either. I just don't want to leave somebody in a worse state than what they came to me in. That's all. So what do you do? I'll see if she wants a reading. I'll see what she wants to do. I could do an energy tune-up, but I really don't want to connect because I see what she's dating. Well, I think I know I could help her. It's just I know what she's dating. I see it. And I'm like, it's like I bite my tongue and I'm like, dude. And this is the kind of guy she likes. And it's like, and I don't want to like marginalize them either. Like it's sort of hard for me, but I don't want to like, dude, I can tell you what. I had an entity attached to me. It's not fun. So to be dealing with that stuff, I don't want to leave somebody in a worse state than what I found them. That's all. I don't want somebody more tormented or to get more tormented than when they came to me for help. What kind of help would that be? It wouldn't be. And it's like, there has to be a change in behavior. If they're not willing to change their behavior, then I could do energy work with them, but I can't really do, and I'm going to tell you right now, I already know what kind of, because I see. And I'm like, it's not even questionable. I'm like, it's not like I don't even think they're bad people. It's just my gut feeling is like, I don't know, dude. So we'll see. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just trusting my gut. It's just, I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to rip them off either. You know what I mean? Because she paid for it already. And it's like, what do I do? So that's one of the things I'm probably going to have to do is be like, let me, I want to interview you first before you know, unless I've known you for a while and you know where I stand. And this person does know where I stand. And I only work with angels and the Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit shows up, I'm telling you, if there's demonic entities, they're coming out. That's just the bottom line. At this point, with my energy clearings, they can't stay hidden. They come up. I've had it happen a couple times now. But this last one, that was a fight. That entity did not want to go. Well, guess what? It had to. And the results afterward, I'm telling, did you hear what happened? Did you guys hear what happened? Oh, they're terrible. Well, I told dude, because I still use crystals and stuff like that for extraction, because I don't want, I used to transmute a lot of it just through myself, and I'm like, I won't do that no more. The dude, well, he put his crystal outside after, because as soon as we were done with it, I'm like, get that crystal outside. Because if it wasn't in that crystal, or, you know, part of it's in that crystal, get it outside. Put it in a black stock, put it outside immediately. Go wash your hands. Come back here. We're going to chit chat for a little while. I want to hear what, you know, how you feel. And we talked for a good while after that. And he just kept on saying, that was bizarre. That was so weird. That was, he's like, I almost feel like I just had a cold sweat. Like he was burning up on fire. And then all of a sudden, like, he's like, the fever broke. And he was kind of like, after, you know, like you sweat a fever out. That's what happened with him. Like his shirt was legit cold wet by the time I was done. His whole body fire. And that's how I roll. And it's amazing that I can do this via video at this point. That's why that's what I did. So any part that could have been a physical in him went in that crystal, and any part that was spiritual, we casted it out. And I told him, I'm like, you got to tell it to go. Speak it out. Tell it to get out of your body. And when he did, I felt the release. Wouldn't you know? He lived in apartment number 11. But here's the scary part, okay? Later on, he fell asleep. And while he's sleeping, during the time he's sleeping, I'm getting these ideas that I need to put these protection kits together from the universe. Oh, it was a huge synchronicity. And it wasn't just numbers like that 11, yeah, that. But he's sleeping. I'm getting the thing for the protection kits of me putting these boxes together. And next thing as soon as then another synchronicity, the one who I told you with the integrity issue, gets on my live stream and says, I miss you. That guy. And then, which I know this is all attached to my money and my gifts. So the integrity issue, that dude comes on and says, I miss you, which you'll have to go back and watch it. As I'm talking about it says protection. That's the name of the video. It was like 3 videos ago. And I get a hold of him then, and he sends me pictures of cops outside of his apartment complex. here 2 apartments away from him as he was sleeping, and I was online talking about these protection kits. The guy's apartment got shot up. Somebody shot inside the apartment, two apartments down from where he was. And that was right after his cord removal. And yeah, he's like, I think we pissed off an entity. I'm like, oh yeah, we do. I said, the last thing you could do is be scared. Don't let that be a lesson to know how protected you are. My hands are all, right now, they're all oily. That's why the crystals are so important, because, and they are painful. That's why you put all of that. I'm telling you, that's why crystals are, this is one of the little secrets that we don't know about, that the spiritual Christian community does not realize are so important to keep people grounded. Not to mention they hold energy. And I'm telling you, as soon as you put that thing out, get it outside until you can properly clear it. He put it outside. I'm telling you, there was 3 buildings that got shot up. It was the apartment that was 2 down from him, I think 1 across the way. And he lived in a gated community that this has never happened in before. Ever. Hi, Jack. So, like I said, it was just, and then I get tested today with the whole Amazon thing, and I'm like, you think you're going to try and get me out of integrity? Because some of those purchases I know had to do, could be intermixed, but some of those purchases I know for a fact were the stuff I used to make my holy oil and stuff. Oh, you're not going to get me out of integrity. Right, Jack. Did you hear Jack just sneeze? Yep. So yeah, I'm putting protection kits together for people. Like I said, I got tested on the ingredients and the stuff that I bought. It's like, oh, heck no. No. Dark forces, you ain't going to taint my name or those oils by not staying in integrity. Nope. It's tempting, but I'm not doing it. Look at Jack in the corner. Oh, I love you. Hi, kitten. What? Are you going to walk in front of the screen now? Come here. I know. You saw brother give mommy kisses. Come here. You can't even see her because she's standing back there. Come here. Now you can see her. Look. These cats are great. Oh, my conversation with my mom today was kind of interesting. She talked about my aunt who called me a witch. My mom's like, why do you have to cuss and swear? Because I let her listen to my videos sometimes. I'm like, well, it just comes out. Sorry. Sure thing. You got my email. I say it all the time. I should be able to get readings now done for March when I get my internet book back up, so I can at least start recording them. Yep, get a hold of me, Dustwalker. I'm sure I can help you. As long as you're in integrity, I should be able to help you. As long as you're pretty much celibate, fuck yes, I can. There, I said the F word. Yes, I can help you. But you have to be able to willing and able to stay celibate and for a little while, because what we're being messed with is it's in relationships most of the time. We know this. And these things can, some of it, like I said, is ancestral, obviously. Some of it is some of it is oh yeah, you very well might end up I'm telling you, this is our year, guys. This is our year. You guys saw what, did you all see the reading the reading I did the other day for the collective of my collective, my core group, which is you guys? What came out for the collective? Excuse you. I remember two cards, the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. I forget what the first one was, but I remember the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles came out, doggone it, for my collective. I can't make that stuff up. We stay in integrity and we do the right thing. Not the popular thing, but the right thing. You keep God first. Keep the Creator first. You keep that relationship intact. We have nothing to worry about. It's always been that way. Sometimes we just lose our way, though. Where it's like, ain't nobody can help me on this one. Well, apparently, be thankful for the little things. Like I said, our lives could be a lot worse. You know, and like I said, I could do energy tune-ups with people, but when it comes to, if I see if an entity comes up, I'll have to stop it. If that person is not gonna change their ways. Like, I hear people talk about doing this energy work, but what good is it really when you're just gonna end up in a worse state and have to get more energy work done? Now, my shaman's awesome. He gets rid of things and doesn't even tell you. So I do things a little bit differently than he does. However, we work together, and I told him, I said, well, I use Holy Spirit and angel. That's pretty much it. Like, and he's like, I use spirit. Pretty much same thing. So he just can go way back further than what I can. He's way more trained than I am. So that's why I need tune-ups for my own self, because I'm doing past life stuff now. I'm clearing, I'm back like 7 or 8 lives. So, but I have that natural approach as well. And yes, I do believe, yes, I definitely do believe that in cosmic universal forces. I do. But they're all under divine law. There is one God, creator source. I believe Jesus was pretty much the ultimate shaman. And because I haven't ever heard of anybody being able really to do what we do, or except for, stop it, kitties, you're naughty. especially if they're a house divided against itself cannot stand. Like if somebody's into working with dark forces, how can dark forces cast out dark forces? You can't do that. You can't. And I mean, if we're light workers and we're not casting out dark forces, or if you claim to be a light worker and you're working with dark forces, that's not a light worker. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there and judge anybody, but that's not working with the light. Sorry, that's not. You can't deity Lucifer or Satan and deity Jesus at the same time. That's two polar opposites. That's why Jesus is walking around casting out demons. So, because they weren't good for people, they made people sick. Look at that. They made people sick. They made people act insane. They made people depressed and sad, paranoid, schizophrenic. And they could be without or within a person too. So, what did they say? Usually your internal reality reflects your external reality. Or detracts that. I don't care who gets pissed off that I say this. And that's why I'm like, well, I'm kind of like, I saw that one thing, which I'm going to watch it. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see if she's the most powerful healer. Because I know that this person is not, who says this, is actually doing stuff more on the dark side of things. Like, I'll go head to head with anybody on any given day. Give me a Mount Carmel moment. You know what I mean? That's not me being like, I just know who I believe in and I know what I know. I saw people puking, throwing up. Before I go into sessions and stuff, I'd bind that stuff in the spirit realm that a person, because they really can wreak havoc on a body when you extract them suckers. And a lot of times I'm like, if they're going to manifest, like, I didn't even want to deal with them because I did not want to hurt anybody. And that was one of the things that was interesting that Sharon had said, Sharon Andreas, they're like, you haven't even tapped into even close to your full potential power because you don't want to hurt people, which is 110% correct. Because if I did, and I really blew up the heat on somebody when it came to doing deliverance stuff, sometimes they come off in layers too. So you just start getting better. That's why I like to do things, take things slowly. But it's like Sharon Andrea said, she's like, you haven't even tapped in even close to your full. I'm like, I know. I know. You're so right. But it's because I know what I saw and I know what I experienced and I know what I went through and I know how these entities can respond and react when they are touched by God and touched by the Holy Spirit. They freak out. They start hissing and puking and cussing and biting and scratching. Yeah, they can start to make a person convulse and do all kinds of crazy things like that. I bind all that stuff up before I even come on live, and that's why I'm like, give me a few minutes before. So I won't allow that. They're going to come up and out easily at this point. I won't let them act like that. I saw that in Brazil and it was scary to me. It's like, All I had to do is touch this guy's forehead. Down he went and started puking. Screaming, rolling around. Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do here? You know, and I learned deliverance hands on in Brazil. You want to know what? That kid came forward. He had a brain tumor. And I actually got a word of knowledge in my own body about that guy's. And like at the time, I was like it almost felt like a migraine, like what I would have. And I was like down like this. And I said, someone here has a brain, something that has to do with the tumor. This eye shut, like I couldn't. And the kid came forward, and I'm like, for me to pray for him. And as soon as I touched him, down he went. Started puking, throwing up, screaming. Got him released. Denounced all of the voodoo that was put on him. Accepted Jesus. Allowed the Holy Spirit to come on him. And he was not healed at that moment. But the next day, he felt better. The demon came out. He felt better. And overnight, as he slept, he woke up the next day and his eye was completely open. He had no more pain. He was healed by God. He went to the doctor. He had a doctor appointment. Completely gone. Brain tumor. That was cutting off his optic nerve. Sadoo. That's how I know the power of God. That's how I know I have this gift, and that's why I started doing what I do. And I usually feel it in my own body first. So that's why when I scan my body, I know what's going on in your body when I do energy clearings. And one thing that my buddy the other night kept on saying is, I don't understand. He's like, yeah, I don't understand. I never felt anything like, what the hell is going on? Like, what's going on, Lisa? I'm like, just let it happen. Just relax. He's like, I wasn't expecting this. I'm like, yeah, I'm not your normal Reiki healer. What I do, I know works. So, well, if you want rid of that, tell it to go. If you want to keep it, you can. It's up to you. So we get rid of stuff, and then they feel the power of God, and they get to see the glory come on them, and the kingdom's right there in front of their face, and they have a choice. Now you saw. It's kind of cool. And this is the type of stuff that churches don't do. But the stuff that Jesus did. Of course, he didn't pull tarot cards. He just told people their future and what he already knew about them, and which I kind of can do too. I just used tarot cards because God told me he was going to put me in a community that was very dark. The darkest of the dark. He was going to send me the darkest of the dark. And this is back in 2006, before I even went to Brazil. 2005. Yeah, when I got that word and I heard the occult. And I'm like, what? These people aren't going to understand this. These church people aren't going to like this at all. And I didn't know how he was going to do it. But I kind of kept the word, sort of, because I rebuked it at first. I was like, nah, you wouldn't do that. Oh, yeah, he did. Put me right smack dab in the middle of it. Pulling tarot cards. Oh, yeah. He said, I'll bring you the people that need you. Okay. Welcome to my ministry. Well, God's ministry. That's what I do. Surprise! So, I'm an actual real light worker. Just because someone's an empath doesn't make them a light worker. However, I do believe if someone's an empath, they're more prone to be a light worker. That's for damn sure. It just means they're not a narcissist. Could mean that they're codependent. They very well could be along that line, though, where they could become a student and powerful and walk in the path of a light worker and do exactly what I do. I'm not special. Any of you can do what I do. Just have to ask for it. And go through the Job moments. That suck. Being alone. Which many of you already are. Like, many of you have been doing this same thing. So guess what? Some of you might be called to do what I do. And if you feel that, you can email me, because I will eventually be teaching a class on deliverance and healing and words of knowledge and everything that because this isn't to keep for me. This is the way the first century church did things. And I'm going to pull people out of the dark and show them who God really is and how much he loves them. Doesn't matter what they did, doesn't matter what they think they are, whatever. But like I said, I'm not going to leave somebody in a worse state than what when it comes to doing it. Like I said, I can still do energy work with people. I just have to put a major protection around myself. And I don't know how effective it's going to be if I can't get the root of the problem out. If that makes any sense at all. Who's still on here? See, and this is how I know that I honestly believe that narcissists can be healed. I honestly believe this at one point. Because they're riddled with demons. We have attachments too. They just don't run us. They're just attached to us through ancestral stuff many times. And they're just pissing with your life. But you're not actually possessed. I mean, I honestly believe some narcissists are actually possessed. I think they go in and out of consciousness. Yes, I do. They won't remember things. My mom and I were having this conversation today about a certain one that I know. Is there anyone still in here that's actually talking? Because if there's not, I'm getting off here. I'm not going to sit here and talk to people who aren't going to talk. Mine definitely made me sick and I died. Oh, okay. Are you still on here? Sean McKeeler, are you still on here? Okay, good. See, your stuff wasn't coming up. I wasn't seeing it. There's other people on here too, but they're not saying anything. Well, and the thing is a lot of people were thinking I was acting out of character too, and I was for a while because I'm not normally a depressive person. I'm never for an Aries to be laying around in bed for 2 years. That's not normal. But I was dealing with my own shit and transmuting negative energy, and God was healing me again and showing me how to heal myself. Even though I could help heal other people, I needed to learn how to heal my own self, because if this stuff comes on you, you need to know how to get rid of it. You need to know what that attack feels like. This was all battle and all for prepare for war. This is to prepare us for war right now, baby. And That's why I listen to a lot of channelings from Cryon. A lot of people are like, I don't listen to that. Well, I don't care if you listen to that. You want to know what? He did an amazing channeling for healers and light workers the other day. That he's like, all those tools that you were clearing all the time and cleaning, he's like, you're not even going to have to do that anymore because you're coming into that much power. Basically, when you step in a room, your authority is going to go with you and you're going to have immediate favor, and everything that's dark is going to move back. It can't be around you. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Just with my ex walking out of the bank today when I saw him. And then him wanting to offer to pay me back. Because I don't, I've showed a lot of grace and mercy even to the whole family, the situation, everything. Because I don't have nothing against them or him, you know? Yeah, we didn't have the best relationship. It was pretty bad, actually. But like I said, you're going to start seeing it come back. I can see you now, yes. Yep. I can see it. I said, I'm listening. You're the only one talking on here, though, but there's 2 other people watching. So that's one of the things that I honestly, truly believe. And the fact that Lee Carroll had said that, Cryon, and I listened to it last week, it made me cry. It was like, I knew. And then I'm thinking, I'm going to be tested. And then I knew I got scheduled in for a cord removal. And I'm like, all right, here's the test. And then that happened. And then it was sink. And the sinks are still coming, even as of today. And the test, sink, test, sink, test, sink. You said you were going to do this. Good, you did this. Obedience, sink, test. Obedience, sink, test. Obedience. So it's just like boom, 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 boom. And it's fast. And you have to be able to think quickly in all these situations. So it's one of those things where it's like, we're good. We're good. My integrity, staying in integrity. Oh, yeah, it is spiritual war. It's like, you ain't going to win here. No, you're not. I know what this is. This is called a test. So keep that coming so I can keep passing. Test, and then you get blessed. And then there's another test to determine if you can come up to a higher blessing. So I'm just going to be passing tests left and right. That's what makes you a master. To the point where at one point, you're going to be standing on the top of a mountain, very freaking hungry at one point, and you're going to be tested. If you are who you say you are, turn those rocks into bread. It is written, men shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. If you will just deny you are the Son of God, if you are who you say you are, kill yourself, throw yourself out that window and prove that you are who you say you are. Surely the angels get behind thee. You are a stumbling block and a hindrance. That's how you deal with the enemy. The test. After the 40 day, the test. Has it been 40 days since the eclipse? How many days has it been since that eclipse? I'm wondering if it's real freaking close to that. The eclipse happened on December 25th, 26th-ish. And Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days. And you want to know what? That was the last time I got my rent money. Was that week. I'm not sure. I don't have a calendar or nothing. Let me look. I'm going to count here. Let me see. What's happened on this? Let's look. It had to have been. One, two, three, four, five. Trying to figure this out here. There's January, so there's 31 days. Yeah, it's been over that. So there's got to be something significant here. Yeah, it's been well over that. It's been more like 2 months. Not quite. About 50 days. And I think there's something significant about the number 50 too. 50, end of testing. 5555. I know that there was 40 days in the wilderness with the temptation of Jesus, but there's something significant about 52, and I know the number 5 equals completion. So, yay. It's interesting I brought that up, though, because that's kind of like one of the other things that he tempted him with was material gain. I will give you, because they were given to him, I will give you all rule and reign in material possessions, the whole world. Well, he wasn't looking at that. He was looking at generations and souls. He wasn't looking at material possessions, and he was looking at souls. So, not to mention his own relationship with God. So it makes him one of the greatest master, I think. Not that Buddha wasn't awesome. Not that all these, that's what makes him set apart. I don't think Buddha was put on a cross. Nor is there name, in the name of Buddha, do demons leave, but they do in the name of Jesus. Because we have authority over that. Just so we're aware. Unless you know who you are, that ain't ever going to happen. Oh, now people are getting off of here because they say that. Well, tough shit. I don't care. It's the truth. I don't care if people don't want to hear it or not. It's who I am. If you don't like it, bye. I'm cool with that. It's how I'm blessed. I do like Buddha. Don't get me wrong. But it's what sets him apart from Buddha. Buddha had his own different stuff that he did. He was just another facet. No, he was not Jesus incarnate. Sorry. He didn't die at the master age of 33. He was not tested and tempted like Jesus. He was not made to go through all the trials and tests like Jesus. He was not spread on a cross like Jesus. And nor did he come back from the dead like Jesus. So that we have resurrection power too. Which is why I got into tarot, and why I got into this community. And people who can't handle that, tough crap. God put me in here, and God will take me out when it's the right time. Surprise! Like I said, when the real thing shows up, all the counterfeits back up. They know it. So, anybody want to do a Mount Carmel? I'll do it any day. Oh, now we're going to go down to 0 people in here. Ever. I'm going to get off of here anyway. Yep. You guys have a wonderful night. I love you. God bless. And if you need help with anything, let me know. Are you still on here, Shamanic Healer? I see someone just got back on here. I know that they just kicked everybody off when I said what I just did. So, I am actually going to get off here now. My stream is 1 hour and 47 minutes long, but I figured I would come on here and tell you what I know is coming. So, be prepared. Another preparation. Don't be scared of anything, no. Don't do it. Sleep in the storm. Sleep in the bottom of the boat when everything's raging, because you want to know what? Yeah. That's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to worry about the troubles. We're supposed to do what we can do about it. Gotta get off our ass. Do what we can do about it, but we're not supposed... The work that you've done on yourself and the light that's in you that's now coming out, it's about to break open. It's going to be so much more worth it, but you need to go through a test and to see if you can handle it. Well, I'm about that life. Bring on the test. I love you. You guys take care. I love you. Have a good night. Mwah. From Central PA. Bye-bye.